Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGig webinar series, our endeavor to impart techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key to enhance our skills and grow us as professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is Advance Virtualization Capabilities with IBM Pure Flex. Our guest speaker today is Mr. Kashish Karnick, Product Manager PureSystems at IBM India Pvt Limited. Kashish looks after the IBM Pure Flex portfolio for India and South Asia. In addition to this current role, he also leads initiatives around virtualization and consult for many large virtualization projects around the country. Prior to this role, he was the product manager for IBM Blade Center. Before joining IBM, Kashish did his MBA from UNC Kenan-Flager Business School, where he worked with the IBM Systems and Technology Group's Research and Development Center on IBM's desktop virtualization offerings. He has consulted for multiple virtualization projects across the country, across industry verticals. So without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Mr. Kashish.
Thank you. Thank you, and welcome to Advanced Virtualization with IBM Pure Flex. In the short 45 minutes that we have, I will endeavor to get down into some advanced concepts and try and not only talk to you about what IBM Pure Flex does, but also in this event try and give you some new ideas on the kind of technologies that that I see customers across India and in Southeast Asia going through. Right now, you can see the first slide. It's essentially advanced version with IBM Pure Flex, but what I want to point out here is the entire concept around this is delivering open standards to customers. Now, from April 2012, we introduced a new set of systems called IBM Pure Systems, and within that, there was the infrastructure system called IBM Pure Flex. That is the system that we will be talking about today. Within, and what we will do is first spend a little time on understanding what is IBM Pure Flex and Pure Systems. Then we'll move on to the heart of Pure Flex, which is the Flex Systems Manager, which has all of the advanced virtualization, server storage, and networking. Post that, we'll get into details about how virtualization affects through FSM the network as well as the storage layer, and how you are able to see examples of how hardware and virtualization layers together work. Okay, and post that, we'll open it up for questions. So moving on, PureFlex is essentially a concept of taking compute, virtualizing that, storage, virtualizing that, taking the network, virtualizing that as well, and doing it across 4 different hypervisors, which is a Unix hypervisor by IBM called Power VM. We have VMware from VMware, Hyper-V from Microsoft, and KVM, which is from Red Hat, but belongs to the overall open source community. Right? And when you're able to take the hardware layer, which is networking, server, and storage, put a virtualization layer across each of these stacks, put a cloud layer on top, we end up getting, with the IBM Smart Cloud Foundations, you end up getting a completely virtualized cloud-ready infrastructure. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to spend time on Flex System Manager. Now, Flex System Manager is the system that integrates with the entire stack. Okay, so you have on a normal infrastructure, you have a server component, you have a storage component, you have the network component, right? And all of them need to work together to deliver an application. These can be run on virtual machines, right? The FSM cuts across the management stack of all of these layers, where we're able to optimize, to monitor and alert, maintain and update, troubleshoot, and as well as deploy virtual machines, networking, storage, switches, whatever have you, right? In a very simple, fast, and integrated manner. In fact, Um, the entire concept of the system is to make life simpler by allowing you to monitor alerts, problem management through automated resolution processes with a lot of experience in integration that comes from IBM. You're able to reduce administrative retooling costs by leveraging single point of control for compute network storage and for many virtualization management needs. And when we get into some of the automation capabilities, you will see how we're able to make things easier and faster, right? You're going to start seeing a lot of very simple GUI and day-to-day features that you use in normal life into this kind of integrated stack. And because now you're going to get all the 4 layers to work together, things get very, very interesting, because as many of you who are with us may know, moment you start getting your application to run across 3 or 4 layers, it gets very, very complicated, right? And today, with advanced virtualization skills, we are able to make a lot of that complexity away, take it away, and simplify it, right? Now, one of the ways how we're able to do the simple aspect is today we have the capability of, from a simple aspect, giving you a very flexible, very intuitive user interface, which not only has pictorial representations of various components across your infrastructure, but you can also manage your infrastructure via your mobile phones or your tablet PCs, whether it be Android, Apple, or BlackBerry, doesn't matter. The applications are available for you to control your entire infrastructure from your mobile device. For example, you're sitting in a movie theater and there's a critical alert. At least in order to get out of the movie and run to your office, you can manage the stuff right there and then. We've given you a lot of capabilities that are very fast. Imagine, I mean, all of us use Google every day for almost any activity connected to the net, to IT. Now we have a Google-like search feature that allows us to search across servers, storage, networking, and the hypervisor environment, along with setup wizards that make getting new infrastructure up and running very quickly. You have a concept of configuration patterns that you could consider in depth.
Kashish, Kashish, I would like to interrupt you. Can you be a bit more loud, please? The attendees are not able to hear you. A bit more loud.
Is that better now?
Yeah.
Better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea would be to try and take away the complexity that you have across stacks and make it simple, single screen management, where not only do you have access to every different stack, but when you take an action on one particular stack, it gets applied across the other stacks as well. So, for example, if you're upgrading the firmware of a physical server, the system knows that in order to do that simple task, you need to have access to the hypervisor, to the network, as well as the storage, and all these stacks have to be aware that you're bringing the server down, right? The system gets intelligent. Now, the Flexible Systems Manager is essentially an appliance that offers the best that IBM has to offer. And it gives you the basic care for feeding the hardware, giving you a single control for server storage network, as well as giving you the flexibility and choice to choose the hypervisor of your platform without disrupting your experience. So for example, if you had to do VMware or Hyper-V, the basic license of Flex System Manager would allow you to integrate hardware management with the hypervisor management, simplifying everything, right? But if you wanted to run Power VM or KVM, you could take the advanced license and do that. So therefore, in one single system, you could run 4 different hypervisors sharing the same storage, the same network properties, and yet being able to comply to all the policies of your infrastructure, right? So from a platform management,